Hi, not the balloons. Hey,
Hello.
we're back. We're back after how
A year? 2 years?
long? Damn, I think it has been like 2 years.
Yeah.
I think it's been 2 years, yeah. Because it's been 2 years since we've been in Colorado. So, damn, that's
That's true.
crazy. After 2 years, we're finally
Wow.
back and better.
Took long enough.
Yes. So, listen, hello. And we're back with a little bit of a rebrand if you haven't noticed. We're back and we're called Parallel Lives now. And the whole intention behind that we'll get into, but we're also changing kind of the way that we record these before. For anyone who's been with us since the jump, we were recording in like a note-based, educational-based way. Whereas now we kind of just want it to be a lot more chill, a lot more free-flowing, a lot more conversational based. And so it's gonna be a little different, but it's still the same people, just I guess evolved version or more evolved versions of us. So we'll see how this goes on this new journey. Do you want to talk about why we called it Parallel Lives? Why we're changing the
I say my POV on why it's called Parallel Lives. I think it's because our lives are always kind of literally quite parallel. Like we seem
bro?
to
Literally,
embark on the same journey, or the journey seems pretty similar every time we do get the chance to connect. Because
yeah,
yes, me and my primita are related. We don't live day by day, side by side. But every time we do get to connect, it's always like, oh shit,
yeah,
you're going through the same shit I'm going through. How funny. Or we'll be embarking on the same
yeah,
kind of little
yeah.
journey, different sides of the world, but we're in it together. So that's the reason why it's called Parallel Lives. So we'll give
Facts.
y'all a little catch up in this episode so you can see where we're at and how it's
Yes.
similar.
A lot of things have changed in the last 2 years, and we want to start off by kind of updating y'all on what's been. So let's take our back. It's 2022. We're in AmeriCorps in Colorado. I'm in Alamosa. Deja's in
I was in Salida.
fuck. What was it called? Salida.
Yep.
Yeah. And we were with AmeriCorps. We were doing youth professional development work, working with at-risk youth in Colorado. I lived in a place that was like 10,000 people population. I worked in Antonito though, so like the population there was like 1,000 people. And then Deja was working in Salida that had a population of
I think either like similar numbers, if not less. It was a small town. Like it literally was like a cowboy
okay,
town,
it's super
tiny.
small. Yeah. Yeah. And so AmeriCorps was not at least everything that I thought it was going to be. So I had
Absolutely
to
not.
leave. Also because yeah, also because like the drama there was otherworldly and I had found myself in a very uncomfortable situation with, of course, no other than a white woman. And yeah, so I left after 6 months of being there. I chose my peace, my mental health, and I moved back to Boston in February of 2022, I think. Or was
Or
it
23?
2023?
I think it was 23.
I think it was 23.
Yeah,
But Deja thugged it out longer than me. Do you want to talk
I
about how it
did.
was while you were
I
still there?
did. And it's so funny, y'all, because everybody really thought my ass was not gonna last, but I lasted. I lasted not the whole year.
Crazy.
I left around like April. Um, and I think I just had enough. It was a program that doesn't pay you a substantial amount of money. So if you're considering doing this after college, or if you're just considering doing this, save your state of mind, save your integrity, save your humanality and decency,
Uh,
respect for yourself. Just don't do this. Yes, our lived experiences are different, but
Facts.
I think overall the experience for a person of color, it was not supportive. They really tried it and really kept saying that we're learning, we're doing this together. No, people there that were supposed to
No.
be supportive of you, managers, whatever you want to call them, they were unlearning their own whiteness, which I think was reflective in the way that they were unable to support me as a POC person up in that program. I think
Mm,
also I couldn't deal with how uncomfortable I really felt day in and day out. Honestly, y'all, it was putting me in a position
yeah.
of wanting to hide myself more, wanting to not embrace my heritage, my
Mm,
culture, really kind of just like blend in, unfortunately. And I didn't think that was, I don't think, and I still
mm-hmm.
didn't think that's helpful to me learning a lot of colonization, a lot of white culture, and choosing to embrace who I am and my
Yeah.
differences. But aside from that, I
Yeah.
think it was a cute experience. I love the kiddos. The kiddos were nice. That's kids will do it for you and they'll kind of be your saving grace sometimes. But at the end of the day, they weren't enough for me. They weren't enough for me, unfortunately. So I had to skedaddle.
Yeah.
And I left around, I think like
Yeah. I
April or
agree. There
May.
were,
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah. I agree. There were definitely some important people. There were some important people. I feel like some canon events happened. Needed to meet some. I had my gay awake, like my official gay awakening there. Like there were a lot of really beautiful spiritual things. I tried shrooms for the first time I was there. You know, like there was a lot of things that I am grateful that I got to experience. But I did. It also came with a lot of unnecessary suffering that I didn't feel like was needed, and I don't feel like why sign up for that? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But the kids did help, and it's because of them that I continued to work with kids after that. So after that, when I came back to Boston, I started working at the Boys and Girls Club in Orchard Garden, Roxbury. If you know, you know. And it was an overall great experience. Like on paper, the job was the best job you could ask for. Unfortunately, in reality, there were some things that were non-negotiable and just unfortunately was not beneficial either, namely the director of my club, but and some other things. But on paper it was a really great experience. It was a really great job, really great pay. And the kids there were amazing and I miss them more than I thought I would actually. And in that past year after that I got into like consensual non-monogamy. I was polyamorous actively after that, and that was a fucking whirlwind. A fucking whirlwind, bro. Definitely not for the weak. Not for the weak at all. Like, you have to be at a certain place within yourself, and like, you have to be at a certain level of emotional maturity to do that, and a certain amount of emotional spaciousness to do that. And the people that you're in the relationship with also need to be at that same level of emotional maturity and emotional spaciousness and self awareness, and just have a fucking willingness to like do the work that it takes to be in a relationship, especially a consensually non-monogamous one. But yeah, and then fast forward, I left that job and I now live in South Carolina, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, with my partner. And yeah, a lot of shit happens in such a short amount of time.
I was like,
Was
you
an
literally just gave
opportunity
us
this
a
last year.
synopsis, whatever the word is, of like your life. You just summed it
Synopsis,
up.
yeah.
You're
Yep.
like, so here's the
Yep.
major points of what happened, and I'm here now, and life's a little great.
Exactly.
I'm
For
here for
sure.
because I feel like since returning after AmeriCorps, what did I do? Nonprofit work. I was working at like the homeless shelter for a little bit. I was a housing coordinator.
Yeah.
That was an interesting experience. Housing system is failing everybody, to be so for real with you.
Yeah, bro.
And I didn't feel like of service. So I left. That's literally the only reason why, because I was like, we're gonna keep doing these
Mhm.
applications and y'all are just gonna keep doing the same thing every week. Mm-mm. And it's funny enough because I did
Well,
tell
that's
myself that the one, huh?
no, because I wanna rebuttal a little bit because you felt like you said you felt like you weren't of service, but you actually were really helpful for someone in our family, like really, really helpful. So I think you did a lot more than you're giving yourself credit for.
I appreciate that because I think I still do help. I think if we're talking about the same individual, I am still helping him. Like we
Yeah.
do it here and there
Yes.
occasionally, and like yes, maybe even the people that were coming in that were my clients, like we would chit chat and like I think people 9 times out of 10 mostly needed a listening ear, especially being homeless. Like people look over you, they disregard you. It's like you no longer exist in this system, which is
Yeah.
unfortunate. So I think yes, granted, I was
Hmm.
probably still doing a lot more in those moments, but I think in the trying to get them housed and off the street, it felt like a mission impossible. Um,
Yeah.
but besides the point, I had to leave because I was like, this isn't doing much. It didn't feel fulfilling, and I told myself when I was in Colorado that if there's any work I'm doing, I would go back to the dispensary. Like I would be working in cannabis. I ended up as a bud tender,
Hmm.
super chill job, super nice. It's probably the easiest job you'll ever have in your life. So if y'all looking for a job, do that. And then fast forward to this
Hmm.
year, I got promoted doing admin stuff. I'm more behind the scenes now, which is interesting trying to do like office work at a dispensary because everybody's super like nonchalant chill. Like Yes, the work environment is not your typical
Yeah.
9 to 5 office job. We're all dressed up. No, motherfuckers will be coming in sweatpants. We got the hippy dippies coming in with their crystals and their like flowy pants and like
Yeah.
all this stuff. And I'm just like, okay, like I'm here for the vibes. And then in the midst of all that, I'm still doing some yoga stuff, teaching, really got my yoga up and going. I think that year that we returned, that's when I actively started putting myself out there, applying to every studio and
Yeah.
more. And it's been slowly like, or I maybe quickly. I don't think that's been a slow turnaround. I think that's been a quick turnaround since like starting up and then this year fully. So it's been a journey within
Yeah.
itself. And yeah, that's a little bit of like where I'm at now. I feel like there's like still so much more in between, but I think like
Yeah, bro.
work-wise, that's where I'm at. Yeah.
Those are the
I
highlights.
moved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if you wanted to share that, so I was like, I won't say anything. But yo, yeah, like I agree. The turnaround was quick. I think because we had gone through so much in Colorado that we were able, when we got up, we were able to kind of like collapse timelines. Like we got very clear on what was for us and what wasn't, and what we wanted and what we didn't. And I think that's helped us to be at a point now where we're like, okay, we know what we want. Like this is what I'm working towards. This is what I want to do. Also with like the yoga thing, yo, hype yourself up. Like put yourself on. What you be doing?
Fair enough. It's a vinyasa based class. That's kind of like mostly what I'd be teaching. As of right now, I'm teaching at
Mhm.
like the Boston Sports Club, VIM Fitness over in Cambridge, both Boston Sports Club, the one in
Mhm.
Boylston and downtown. I'm at the YMCA. I do have it on my wellness page. It needs to be updated. I know, I'm sorry, but the links are still there if anybody like wants to come attend a class. Um, Classes I'd say are like a slow burn. They start off nice and slow. I throw in some stuff in there. You're like,
Yeah.
oh shit, like I was not expecting that. And then you might end up in like a wild thing, but you'll be like, wow, I did that, and you feel great. I always tell them that. I'm like, it just creeps in, but like, just try it, just try it. Like I've grown to really embody the yoganess because I'm just like, I don't know. I recorded a video once, and I was like, wow, it'd be feeling like imposter syndrome. It'd be feeling like you got to kind of like mold yourself to these people you see. But when I tell y'all, facilitating a space,
Mm,
the people want you. They want you, your whole authentic self, and they want everything you come with in between. So I put on a little
oh,
show
true.
because, yeah, lefts and rights be confusing me. Sometimes I get lost in my own head, like, hold on, I gotta try and balance so I look like I can do this as I'm demoing it, even though I'd be ready to
Yeah.
tumble and fall over. But we're in it together, I tell them. We're here for the ride. So it's been a cute little journey. I love it. I honestly, yes, I'm here for that.
Bro, you should post some of your videos on YouTube so I can do them with you.
I have to. I haven't done a new one, like recorded a new one to post because I think the ones that are on there are old. Like I've done it in the past when I was in Colorado. I was like, I can do this to practice. Not the best lighting or anything, but they are up there. But I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to.
Yeah. You have to do some new ones because I be doing yoga every day. I might as well do some with you. Speaking of yoga though, there's this really great person. Her name is Nico. I think
Oh
she
my God,
goes as
yes.
like the black yogi.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I follow her on
yeah, she's
YouTube.
great.
Yeah.
I love her.
Mm-hmm.
I love her. She's really good. She's showing up for the POC. And we live to see you.
As yes,
But
immediately.
yeah.
That's the reason
Oh,
why I was like,
another thing
yep.
I want to say.
Yeah.
Facts. Another thing I want to say is, obviously since we're in different states, so we have to do this video ting. Let's do this video ting. So y'all are gonna have to bear with us as we fight with the Wi-Fi and trying to get the timing right because sometimes I'll hear something is delayed. I think sometimes you'll hear something is delayed. We're gonna work with this. We're gonna tweak it. We're gonna see what works. We're gonna figure it out. So just be patient with us. Also, if you're here, we ask that you follow our Instagram, Parallel Lives Podcast. On there, I would like to implement something weekly where you guys kind of can send before we record for the next week, where you guys can send in like questions, what you want to hear about, what you want us to talk about, stuff like that, just to keep it casual, keep it cute. Um, I did want to talk about. Okay, so I was listening to this podcast. I love this podcast. It's called Two Idiot Girls. Has Jewel
Mm-hmm.
Dolful and her sister Dyson. I think it's Dyson or Dyson. I can't pronounce it right.
Okay.
But they're so funny and their podcast style is super laid back and chill also. And they were in the most recent podcast episode that I was listening to, they were talking about like holiday funny or Halloween funny stories and experiences and shit that's happened to them. And I wanted to know, do you have any Halloween funny stories?
I don't think I have any Halloween funny stories, but I do think there's like one year where we attempted to go to it's is it Scream World or Fest? It's whatever the one that Six Flags or Canopy Lake does, where they shut down the whole amusement park and it's like all scary vibes. Yeah, so we took the
Yeah.
drive, and why is it closed on actual Halloween day? Like, make it make sense. It was
Wait,
closed.
who's we?
This was in college, so I think this was like me, my roommate at the time, Tyrese. Tyrese was
And
one
your
of the
friends
people
at the
that
time.
had
Okay,
went.
yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it was a dub. It was a dub. And so it's not a fun story. It's just like a sad one. And
Damn.
I'm giving this as a heads up in case anybody wants to take that drive on Halloween Day to Canopy Lake or Six Flags. Don't do it. They're gonna be closed. You wasted your whole time. But we did end up going to Salem.
Bro.
And I want to do that again this year. Salem during Halloween time is a disaster, but it's a disaster worth it. It's worth the traffic, it's worth the
Yeah.
crowds, it's worth everybody being out. So I don't know if I'm doing anything fun this year, but that's my little tidbit. You got a scary funny
Is it
story?
actually worth it? I saw
Go ahead.
funny story, but like before that, is it actually worth it? Because I was listening to this podcast, or not this podcast. I was watching this TikTok video, and she was talking about like, do not come to Salem on Halloween. It's not fucking worth it. So, is it actually worth it?
Listen, it's if anybody was here for the Big E that just passed and y'all went and you dealt with all that, you can deal with Salem for Halloween. The Big E was this ginormous
What's
ass
a big
festival.
E?
Yeah, I got you. The Big E, I didn't learn about it until this year, and thank you to social media for telling me about it. But it's this big ass fair in Springfield. It's a bunch of food vendors, a bunch like a circus. It's mad fun. I guess it's like the Top Field Fair, but times three. And that shit was crazy packed. Like 30 minutes to 45 minutes before you even touch Springfield, you're in like an hour worth of traffic waiting for everybody to just get down there. Yes. So everybody did that. So if you can
Wow.
do that, you can do Salem and you can do all the craziness because it's just cute that they have the whole town shut down. Everybody's all dressed up. Like you just see Halloween Town, like the movie in real life in Massachusetts. Like I was there for
Yeah,
that. That's what it is. Yeah. So do it. I won't be doing it this year though, but do it.
I've only been to Salem one time, and I'm pretty sure it was with you. I'm pretty sure we randomly went to Salem for like no reason.
Yeah,
Yeah. It was giving ghost town though when we went. Like nothing, there was nothing. There was nothing happening. There were no people.
that's I feel like how it is when it's not its season in October because I had went sometime this
Yeah.
summer and it's a cute little town. Like don't get me wrong, it has like the cute randomness of stores, all your like holistic stuff, all your like spiritual witchy craft stuff and like to just vibe out and
Yeah.
enjoy it. Yes. But I think it comes alive like on Halloween night and
That's cute.
I'm here for it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's funny because when I was listening to the podcast, I was talking to Taylor, my partner, about my story. I was thinking about the one and only time that I've ever gone to like a legit haunted like house situation. It wasn't a haunted house though. It was like a haunted fucking building. Like the whole goddamn thing was haunted. It was multiple levels, and it was the first and last time that I've ever gone to something this official because for anyone that knows me knows I'm a scary ass bitch. I'm scared of everything. I'm scared of spiders. I'm scared of shit that flies. I'm scared of Scooby Doo. Goddamn it. I'm scared of. I do not watch scary movies. Like I don't fuck with scary shit. My mindset is why would you ever? Why would you ever? Like voluntarily traumatize yourself. That shit don't make no sense to me. Like life gives you enough. Why would I be like, you know what? Today I just want to watch I just want to watch things about serial killers. No, I'm never like that. That doesn't make no sense to me. I'm not that girl. But I honestly don't even know why I went. So it was way back when I had a best friend at the time. We were best friends since like the second grade. And we'd often go to her dad's house as like little getaways, and it would be with her niece and her cousin. Her niece was our age, and I had gone to school with her niece, so I knew her outside of that setting. And we call ourselves the Covenant or some shit like that. And it was one of the times that we were together and we went to a haunted house. Honestly, they probably talked me into it because a lot of the times they would do that, especially with like watching scary movies. We'd go to like them little rental red box things, and they'd be like, "We're getting one scary movie," and I'd be like, "Okay, fine." And it was terrible. I hated it. I hated the scary movie. But anyways, we're there. As soon as we're driving to this place, bro, tell me why we're still miles away and there's lights in the sky. Like the sky is lit up. It's nighttime. We go at nighttime too. What? Who do I think I am? We go at nighttime. The sky's lit up, and I'm like, we're like, is that the place? Bro, it was the fucking place. That was the moment that I knew I fucked up. That was the moment I knew I should have kept my ass home because I was like, no fucking way. They're using that much lights in this place. We pull up to the place. There's stories. This bitch is it's like this. It used to be a corporate building. I don't know. There's stories to this bitch. I said, oh hell no. We're in the line. My heart's already racing. I'm already sweaty. I'm already stressed. The line is scary. God damn it. Like the woman that like when we get to the front, the woman that's like signing us in. Pretty sure we have to sign a waiver also. The woman that's signing us in had like these scary ass contacts. She looked like a scary clown. I don't fuck with scary clowns. And why would we ever have to sign a waiver? Like, what are y'all finna do to me? Like, please, be so for real. And so the lineup, I can't remember where her cousin and where her niece was in the lineup, but I remember vividly that her dad was right in front of me and my ex best friend was right behind me. And like as soon as we get into this place, I have his shirt balled up in my fist. I'm pulling his ass to me. My fucking forehead is like buried in his back. Okay, and then I have my ex best friend like pulled up behind me, so I'm in a sandwich. Cause in my head I'm like, that's how I keep safe. No one's gonna get me. I am safe. It's like the when a kid is like they're scared, so they go under the blanket, like the blanket protects you type shit. Like you know how you can't sleep with one leg out because like that's how the cuckoos are gonna get you type shit. You know? So in my head I was like, okay, I'm safe. I am good. No, I was not good. I was so fucking scared, bro. I was so fucking scared, bro. And then finally we're in this one room and we kind of had to wait in a line to get up to the next level because we had to go upstairs because like I said, this shit it has stories. We were waiting in this one room and there's a line and I guess they have people go up in like certain groups. I guess I don't know, there's only a certain amount of number of people that can be in there. I don't know. But while we're in this room, there are scary clowns. Again, I don't fuck with scary clowns. But my ex best friend, she's behind me and she's making a fucking scene and she's drawing attention to us. So they're of course coming up closer, and then I'm making a scene because I'm so scared. So like they're coming in closer, they're closing in, and she's scared and she's like doing like an afraid laugh, like she's laughing but it's out of like fear, and she's like, I gotta pee, I gotta pee, and then the clown is like, you gotta pee, you gotta pee, which sounds ridiculous now, but I tell you, in that moment was the most scary shit ever, bro. It was the scariest shit ever. And finally, they have us go up next, and we're going up these stairs. And I like can't fucking go up the stairs because I'm scared. They're still on us. They're still on that ass. And I'm trying to figure out the stairs while keeping them as close as I can as possible. Bro, I was terrified. I don't remember most of this, like the experience. I think I blocked it out. I think I was actually afraid. But what I do remember is we get to the end of it, and it's like this little garage like type of exit, and there are people at the end in costumes who are like kind of lurking at the end, and I think one of them had like a chainsaw or some shit like that. But they're like maybe two or three of them, and in my head I'm like, book it. You know that little audio? It's like run, and then it's like that sound effect. That was me. I saw the end, bro. I saw the end, and I fucking did. I did. I was out, bro. I was out. I was out. I ran my ass all the way back to the whip, and I just stood there and I waited for them. But then I was like, damn, I'm really at the car by myself. I hope they're not out here because that would scare me. I would actually die on the spot. Like, please don't do that to me. But, bro, never
Yo,
again.
that is
0 out of 10. Do not recommend
crazy.
it.
No, but I swear to God, we went to a scary house together before, and I think it was like right there in Brookline because I remember your mom taking us, and then I
Yeah.
remember at the very end they gave us brownies, and those were the best brownies ever. Like I don't know if these were like BU college kids or something, but I just remember the fucking brownies at the
Yeah.
end, and I was like, I made it, I'm alive, thank you for this. Like it was a scary ass house, and I was like, okay, college kids, but the brownies made up for it, and I was like, these were fucking bomb. And that was the scariest Halloween house I've been in. So
Yes.
that's why I was like,
No.
wait, is this the same story? But like, it wasn't because I was like, I remember all these
No,
girlies.
girl. No. That was child's play compared to the place that I went. Okay, that place is not legit at all. So it was they are college students. It's a fraternity in Brookline, and every year they or at least I don't know if they still do, but they would host a haunted house in the like basement of their fraternity. And you're right,
Mm-hmm.
when you come out, there's like apple cider and there's like brownies, and they're like, oh my god, we're so happy you made it. You want a sweet treat? Like, fuck you. Actually, I have a memory from that place too, because I remember one of the years I went, I can't remember if it was with you or not, but we went in this one room, and it was one of those TV rooms where like the TV's staticky, and then a scary person will come on, and there's like a rocking chair, that type of situation, and they close both of the doors, and you're stuck in that room. Bro, one of the years we were in that room, someone had reached for my leg, and I stomped on their foot, or I stomped on their hand, like I on their hand, bro. I was so scared, bro. Why would you touch me? Why would you touch me?
Poor
So
person.
yeah, I do remember that too. No, what? Don't, not poor person, poor me. Why would you do that to me? I bet they never touched anyone ever again. I bet they learned their lesson.
No, I had no hand. You done stomped the hand. Oh, girl. They're just trying to do their job. Like, you know?
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. I'm pretty sure they're not allowed to touch you either. I'm pretty sure they can only touch you if you sign a waiver. And we didn't sign no waiver for that place.
You
So
might be right. Yeah.
don't touch me there. Don't touch me. Yeah, no, we went to those a couple of times. I do remember that. It's not the same though, dude. When I tell you that was a walk in a park compared to the place that we went to, that with my ex best friend's family, guys, that place was crazy. I don't even remember the name. I just know it was out in the middle of nowhere, and I should have stayed my ass home.
See, I was just about to ask you because my little sister wants to go to, I think it's Scream World or Scream Fest. Like this, Naya loves scary anything and everything. Like she's here for it. And she is trying to
No,
get us to go with her so bad. Like this is 2 weeks now, 2 weeks. And she is trying to, Kelvin, I swear, is
no.
dodging that shit with his life. He is like, who are you? We don't live together. What are you talking about? Like, he's not.
My
And my mom's
sister.
like, yo, go, you're off on Saturday. You're off on Saturday. Kelvin's like, nowhere to be found every Saturday. He's like, I'm not going.
No, no. Why would I
I'll
pay
go
you
though.
to traumatize me? That don't make sense. Hell no.
It's memories. We're doing memories. These are memories we're holding on.
Memories doing so many other things. Like we could go travel. We could do so many things to memories. I don't need those kind of memories. I really don't. I really don't. I mean, shout out to Naya because couldn't be me, especially not at her age. Are you kidding? How old is she?
14.
Yeah, no. I still to this day when I'm watching something that isn't even scary, if I feel like it might get a little spooky, like we were watching Goosebumps the other day, and I don't know if you ever read the Goosebumps book, but it's like
Yeah.
it's it's a scary, spooky movie for kids though. It's for kids. If
Yeah.
I feel a little, I feel that build up. I cover my ears. I'm looking like this. I don't play that, bro. I don't play that.
Are you so for
No.
real? Are you so for real?
So it's so for real. I'm not built for that life. No,
We keeping you at
not
Disney
even
and the
just that, but like,
ABC 12 Nights of Scary. Like, That's where you
yes,
belong.
give me yo, hey yo. I was literally watching a TikTok the other day, and it was like, when I say I'm ready for spooky season, I mean like Halloween time. I said yes, yes. I'm talking about Twitches. I'm talking about Halloween town. You know what I mean? I want the cartoon. I want, what is it? Christmas, Halloween after Christmas, the night before Christmas, whatever the fuck is
The night
called
before
before the shit
Christmas.
starts again.
Yeah.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
I'm talking about those type of movies. That's the level of scary I'm talking about. I'm not talking about fucking Jeepers Creep. No, I'm not talking about fucking Guy with the Mask. I don't even know what they're called. I don't even know their names. That's how much I don't watch that shit. Hell no. And then not even okay, not even that. On a spiritual level, bro, the veil is thin. The veil is thin, especially in October, because of all the spookiness and because of the history behind Halloween and because of the spooky girlies who talk to spirits and shit like that. The veil be thin in October. You want me to fuck around and watch some scary shit while the veil is already thin? No. No, because it's gonna be them spirits watching me like, oh, she's a scary ass bitch. I'm gonna fuck with her. No, I will need grippy socks. You will have to lock me up. Like I will actually lose my fucking noodle. Are you kidding? No. I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. You know this, right? Bro, I
Mm-hmm.
live sandwiched between some of the loudest motherfuckers. Like above us, all they do is boom, 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 stomp. I'm convinced that they be bowling in their house. Like it's so obnoxiously loud. And then the people next to us, same shit. Like when we're laying in bed, we can hear the whole conversation. We know everything they're talking about, type shit. I can hear when they flush. I can hear when they flush. Like, that's how loud it is. But I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. You think everyone's asleep, right? I'll be here minding my goddamn business, playing some Sims, getting ready to do my little morning routine, whatever it is, right? And I'll hear noises. I'll be hearing noises and I'll be scared. Some mornings I'm so scared that I think I'm gonna go lay back in bed with Taylor. I think I need to go back to sleep. I don't think I should be awake right now. I don't, but I think about it. That's how much of a scary bitch I am. Why would I ever? No. Why would I ever play that?
Listen, I
Like,
can't even hold you with that one because that'd be me, especially, and I don't know if it's because it's a new environment. Like when you're used to your
yeah.
surroundings, you're like, all right, I'm safe, I'm good. Here, yo,
Yeah.
and the littlest thing, especially at 4 o'clock in the morning, that's the hour of the day where you might catch something sketchy happening. It's just that time,
Yes.
like that 3 to 4 a.m. You know. So that's why it's just like you're catching it before the sun comes up, so you gotta be prepared. But I feel the same exact way. I be walking out that house with the pepper spray in my hand, ready to kill anybody with the quickness.
Yo.
And
Yo.
I don't be mad because listen, the motherfuckers here, they keep the lights on all the time. All the time. And listen, there be nights where I shut it off because I like to sleep pitch black. It needs to be black. Like I need to know that it's time to go to bed. And I be
Yeah.
thankful that whoever turns it back on after I shut it off. Because in the morning, it needs to be on. All these lights need to be on. Because I need to see.
Facts.
But
I
mm-mm.
mean, also, like, it's a Caribbean belief that you're supposed to have at least one light on in the house at all times. Like, you're not supposed to have a house that's completely dark. Like, that's why a lot of Caribbean people, you'll see that they have the little light above the stove on, or they'll keep, like, the kitchen light on, or, like, there's always one light on. One of my former people that I was in a relationship with, they were Cape Verdean. His mom never, I mean, never was the kitchen light ever off. There was always the kitchen light on at all hours. Always. I think it's like a spiritual thing. Whether they know it or not, I think it's a spiritual thing.
It has to be something, but I don't know what it is because like you're right about that. But I don't know if it's culturally or just an upbringing because I think up
Mm-hmm.
in my house they all be off. But I'm thinking like Johnny, he does that. The kitchen light. It's always a little
Yeah.
stove on top of the kitchen that they keep on. Even here, like they'll keep the hallway light on and the kitchen light on. And I'm
Yeah.
like okay, like it don't bother me, but it's just like
Yeah.
I'm like always interested. Like I'm always asking why. Like why? What does this mean?
I would keep one
But
on.
okay.
No, I would definitely keep one on too. Like that, I don't know. I just feel like maybe it's so the cuckoos know that someone's home. You know? Like the
That's
cuckoos
what I be
know, like,
thinking. I'm
there's
like,
someone
yeah,
there.
like you gotta have the lights on so that you know someone knows that you're home. That way no one breaks in, like whatever it may be. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
that I
Yeah.
understand.
I think it's actually that for real. My thing is like I didn't grow up with one light on either because my mom is like you. She needs it to be pitch black. Like if there's a little dot, you know how like some TVs will have the little light of the dot. She couldn't even sleep with like that on because she needs it to be that
No.
dark. So like we never had anything on in my house either, but I would prefer something on. So I don't know. I think it's ancestrally. I think we're just tapped into like some knowledge that
Yeah.
skips generations. But that feels right to me to have something on. The reason I don't is because who's paying my electricity?
Yo, see, and
So
that's the
like,
same shit I be saying. I'm not paying for this motherfucking extra shit. We all splitting
exactly.
this 4 ways. Every time I flush them off, I shut it off, I shut it right off. I be like, shut off, shut off, shut off, shut
Yeah.
off, and then I wake up and they're all on, and I'm like, oh, at least that saved 25% of something. I don't fucking know, but
Yo,
you
facts.
splitting that.
Facts. My thing is like I feel like the little stove light can't be that much more though. You know what I mean?
But you know what I also learned too in a podcast here? The podcast is based in Massachusetts, and I guess electricity is not, your electricity bill is not based off how much you're actually using it. I guess it's really based off where your
Interesting.
house is built and where, depending on where it's built and how far away it is, I think, from an electrical plant. That's what it's based off. It's based off the town. It's not based off how much you're actually using it or whatever you leave on or off. It is based off like the house, the old house, like if it's old or new and how far it is from like this little plant or whatever. That's what I gathered from that
That doesn't
episode, and
make
that's why I'm always
sense.
like, listen, that's the same thing I'd be saying because even like Johnny will he owns his house, like the little condo they live in. And
Mm-hmm.
he be saying that his electric bill is a lot, but him and his dad are both never home. And they don't do AC, fans. Like, these are like, we're saving our
Mm-hmm.
coins, motherfuckers. And they be paying four, three
Yeah.
hundred dollars, and it's two of them. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And it's because they're right there in East Boston, near the airport, near the trains, like they're near
Yeah.
everything. So that's probably why. And I'm
That
like,
Oh no, that still doesn't make because that wouldn't explain two things that I've experienced. One, when me and my former partner moved into a place in Quincy, it was during like the pandemic when it just started, when everything just closed down. So they were billing us what they assumed we'd use electricity wise, which was based off of the tenants that were there previously. When they found out how much we were actually using, when someone went and did a reading on our electricity, we were using more than they thought, so we ended up owing them mad money. Still haven't paid it, by the way. Owe them mad money in back payment because we used more, substantially more than the people before us. There's that experience, and then also moving here, my partner has lived here before me. They were living here months before me, so they were paying a pretty steady rate of electricity before I came here. Now that there's two people here, though, it went up a little bit. So that wouldn't make any sense if it wasn't based off of how much you use. Then how would you explain those two situations? You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean, and let me tell you, now that I live on my motherfucking own, I don't want to find out. Because if it's because these fucking
Facts.
lights be on all
Facts.
motherfucking night, I'm taping that bitch down. And once the tape goes on the fucking flicker, you ain't flicking it. You are not flicking it because listen, baby, living on your own is really survival of the motherfucking fittest. And I'm surviving till this lease is
Ah!
up because this is a whole different ball game. Like you will hate me for being that like clutching my pearls. I'm clutching my coins like this because I am not.
Don't do that.
You better turn your flashlight on
Don't
because
do
that's how I
that.
had to live for 2 years with Naya. You better turn that fucking flashlight on because that's how I lived, okay? So
No.
we better figure it out because I'm not trying to find out the hard way because that's a bill I won't be paying for. I won't be paying for electricity because that's crazy.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, National Grid to this day has not gotten their $2,000 in back pay.
And they won't get my cut. They will not be getting my cut. You better ask the other three folks up in here. But this fourth motherfucker, she ain't. She will not. Because I don't condone to it. I don't condone to the lights being on.
Don't do that. Don't be a dictator in your home. Don't be a dictator in your home.
It's not a
Bro,
dictator
not
because
just
I
that.
believe in everybody's will. I know how
Except
I
to turn
get.
on the light after a certain time. Don't do that. No. My thing is like I do agree though, when you first move into a place like by yourself, it does feel very survival of the fittest. It does feel like, oh shit. It feels scary real. But I feel like after a while, you start to realize that even this is a game. Even this is a mind game. And
Mm.
you can finagle some things. Not that you can finagle everything. Not that, there's still some very real aspects of having your own bills and responsibilities, your own place. But there are some things that if you could just get your mind right on it, makes it easier. I don't know how else to explain that, to be honest. And I'll think about it and I'll be able to explain it better in the future. But for right now, it's as much as I can get on it.
No, yeah, I think that landed at least the way I'm thinking about it. I'm just like, okay, like it hit, and that's why I'm like, I get you. You don't even have to
Yeah,
explain it because I'm thinking like, even if I were to give you
yeah,
an example, I don't think I could, and if I could, I think it's more of like the very mundane entry level of like, okay, yeah, like very materialistic,
hmm,
very tangible, but that's not what I'm speaking about. This is on a different level of like
yeah.
living on your own is a whole different
Yeah,
ballgame.
it's
Like,
on a spiritual.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
it is.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure, for sure. Oh my god, that's fucking hilarious. That shit is funny. I actually there was a period of time where we were putting a little nightlight on in the bathroom, but when we had seen how much more the electricity bill was with me in it, I said we don't need this nightlight anymore. I will see in the motherfucking dark. I will be fine. I will my way through the house. Okay.
That be me trying to find my door through the hallway, and I'd be like, I'm gonna remember it. I'm gonna remember it, and I'm gonna see in the night, just like I can unlock the door in the nighttime. I don't need the light. Like I'm gonna be able to sense it. Sneaks up on me at night. I'm gonna know they're there. I'm gonna sense it. Like I'm tapping into my third power. Okay, like don't play with me.
Fact. Fact. That's fucking hilarious, bro. Shit. How do we even get on electricity? I don't know. But guys, look at my nails.
I seen
My
these.
mama was
Did you
doing
do them
nails.
yourself? You did them yourself?
I did. Yes, I did. Thank you. It
Yes.
took
Oh,
like six
you're
hours.
inspiring. 6 hours is
Thank you.
crazy, honestly, but they're
Yeah.
gonna last you a whole month
They
and some
didn't know.
change.
No. I do my toes. I do my toes once a month. So my toes will last me a full month. My nails though, no, they're 2 weeks, babe. They're 2 weeks. Which is good though, because I don't know if you remember when I first was doing my nails, they'd only last me like a week, if that.
That's
So
true.
I've gotten
Yeah.
somewhere. Also, I've gotten somewhere
Those
with
are
my
nice.
decoration and my
Yes.
design ability. Thank you. Thank you. It's funny because I was talking to my partner's dad and I was telling him, yeah, these take me 6 hours to do. He was like, that's a whole work shift. I said, exactly.
Yes.
And that's why I'm not going to be touching dirt. That's what we were talking about. I'm not going to put my fingers in no goddamn dirt because these take me 6 hours to do.
Because what work are
I
you
didn't
going to
say it
be
like that.
doing
I
this
said it
hard?
real
I was going to
nicer.
say, yeah, because I was like, girl, we know damn well you ain't about to be out there digging in no dirt. You know you ain't doing nothing with the nails. No. But, yo, if
No.
I can find 6 hours to do my own, like, I thought about doing my own because, again, like, I don't have the time to go in at a nail salon. But also, me not having my nails done, you see how anxious I am
Yeah.
because I'm a nail biter. I'm a nail biter. And these
No.
bitches, I got nubs. I got nubs. Nubs. There's nothing there. And I'm like, this is dusty. This is real life dusty. Like, nails need to be done. I'm sorry. That's
I do love my nails done. It makes me feel better. It makes me feel so much better. I'm not a
yes.
nail biter, but I'm a picker. Like if my nails aren't done, I'll pick really bad at my face and I'll pop and I'll mess up my
Oh,
face real bad. So I have to do my nails for that. Yeah. I
like,
still be
that
picking with my
is,
nails. I still be, but it's not as good. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean because I've been trying not to do that because there'll be good ones that come in and I'm like, let
Yeah.
me not. But now it's like I'm biting this, I'm
Yeah.
peeling it, and I'd be like, I'm bleeding. Okay, done.
Mm.
Next nail. And then I'm just like, this is an ever-ending cycle and I need to do
No.
something. Yes. Yes. That's my problem.
Bro, yeah, you gotta get your nails done. You gotta get your
I
nails
it's
done.
the time and like it's just the time. I'm always so busy that I hate
My
it.
thing is like, just do it yourself. You don't have to do 6 hours worth. You could do like a little, a little gel paint situation. You could get nail polish that's meant for people that bite their nails. It's supposed to taste really bad, so you don't bite them off, so you don't pick them
I'm
off.
gonna have to find that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Like I'm pretty sure you can find it on Amazon, but yeah, you could do
Because
that.
I did gel,
That
but
reminds
gel
me.
chips. I don't like that. But go ahead. What did it remind you of?
If you have to get the right you have to get the right brands. Like some brand, not every brand is created equally. If you get a good brand, they don't chip. It really, you have to find the ones that are the best for you. That's my thing. Also, like getting a really good UV light plays a big part into it too. But yeah, when I said Amazon, it reminded me. I went to a powwow yesterday.
I seen that you posted that. How was that?
Yo, it was so good. It was so good. First of all, God bless Native people. They're the most beautiful people. I'm looking around like
Yeah.
I'm literally awestruck. Like I'm just looking around
Yeah.
like how is everyone so beautiful? What the
Mhm.
fuck? There's that. And then also I'm looking at the native people like, bro, y'all look like y'all a mix of black, white, Mexican. That's what they look like on like the external on the outside. That's what they look like. But well, no, they're native. Wakama natives, and it was beautiful. Like the whole experience was beautiful. The energy was like potent. It was gorgeous. At one point, I almost cried because of a
Mm.
crybaby because it was beautiful. Like watching their dances, like everything was so gorgeous. I was like, wow. And then also I think a part of me like feels it too, like in my soul and my ancestry because we're of Taino people. We're of native people
Mhm.
too in Puerto Rico. So I think a part of me like felt at home there and I think that's why I almost cried because I was like, oh my God, like so the Wakama people aren't nationally recognized as an official tribe because they can't trace back their like where they started. They don't know if they
Oh.
were a mix of certain tribes. They don't know like the origin story kind of. So because of that, they can't be noticed as an official tribe, which sucks because the reason they can't trace back their origin or their origin is because of colonialism. It's because of white people, because of the white people ancestry. So it's like
Yeah.
it's so fucked up and foul for you to take someone's land force them out of their own land and then also not recognize their tribe. Like, how do you justify that? That's crazy. But of course, I feel connected to that because Diurnal natives are also not recognized as an official tribe. And that's because they were wiped out mostly by colonizers. They were wiped out through sicknesses and diseases before this whole idea of being a nationally recognized tribe came into being, because that's still fairly new. They were wiped out before the US became a US. You know what I mean? Like, they were wiped out really
Mm-hmm.
early on. And so, and of course, there's still some ancestry, some lineage, some survivors. There's a lot of work being done now around like Dianos are still here, like, reclaiming that and kind of excavating the truth and the origin and their culture and all of the things. Like, there's a lot of work being done around that now. But I still related to the idea of like this being a tribe and them singing the song that I almost cried to also was "We're Still Here." That's what the lady was singing. And she was singing it, and then there was a little kid on the side, little boy, so beautiful with long hair. He was dancing their native dance, and then there was a girl inside the circle who was also dancing the native dance as she was singing "We're Still Here." And I was like, I'm not gonna cry, I'm not gonna cry, I'm not gonna cry, but I wanted to because it was beautiful and I connected to it and I understood that, and I was like, damn, it was the whole experience was chef's kiss. 10 out of 10 would do it again.
And powwow, for those that don't know, do you want to tell us like what it actually
Yeah.
entails?
Yeah, so a powwow can be likened to like a PR festival and a PR
Okay.
parade. It's the same thing. It's like when you come together and you celebrate your heritage, your culture, what y'all are about. Theirs is sacred in the way that they do cultural dances, they do cultural singing. Like, there are people on the drums doing this, like the chants that they would do. Oh my God, so beautiful. So it's a little bit, I guess, closer to the origin in that sense. Whereas, like, if you look at a PR fest or a DR fest, it's more like, getting lit, having fun, showing off your cute car, shit like that. It's not as like, I don't want to say culturally enriched because it is very much a part of our culture, but it's not about the preservation of our culture. You know what I mean? It's more
Mm,
about the
yeah.
celebration of our culture as it is now. Whereas native powwows they feel to me more like a preservation of our culture. It feels like that last song, "We're Still Here." That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Where there are very few people who still speak the native tongue, stuff like that. So I feel like there's a reason why it has that feeling. But that's what it feels like. Like, they have vendors, they have food trucks, they have music, but it's live music, is a woman singing, and then
Mm-hmm.
of the chanting and the drums. They have competitions, dancing competitions. So it's very much like a parade or a festival that you would know for like Caribbean people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. This sounds cute. I
Yeah.
had the chance to go to one when I was down in Colorado, but I didn't. And I always hear that people do like
Yeah.
them. It's always like an experience, especially if you're an outsider in as someone who's not a Native American. Nah.
Yeah.
My little tidbit of what happened to me today. I decided to ride a bike, the blue bikes in Boston. My AirPod fell
Yeah.
off and I had to go save it, but I don't have an AirPod anymore because I don't know if it was a car or another bicycle person that ran it over. And then
No.
I saved myself, but I may have skid the whole car. And sorry, person whose car that is, but you saved me because the fucking Audi want to be parked or wants to pull over. I don't know what this Audi did, but he fucked my whole shit up. Like, I'm over here swerving in between cars like a real racer driver car that I am, and then this Audi fucked my whole speed up, and then boom, I go on the side of the car, and I'm like, I'm not gonna fall, I'm not gonna fall, I'm not gonna fall. So I'm like on the side of the car, just like trying to get myself back up. I get back up, and like I'm going, and then I'm like, wait, I gotta park this bike because if you don't park the blue bikes, you're still getting charged. And I'm like, but wait, I gotta go check if I gotta teach this class. So I threw the bike to the side. I run downstairs to the gym, and I'm like, I don't see nobody here. Checked all the rooms, and I said, I'm gonna go back upstairs. Bike was still there, and then I was like, do I want to be that girl to ride this bike back to Mission from downtown, like from Boylston Street? I said, no, I'm not going to be that girly. Why? I know myself too real because when I tell you, I ended up dropping my little water bottle and I said, oops, gotta throw the bike to the side again.
Bro.
This all be happening in the main road too at that. And
Bro,
I'm just
bro.
like, yo, like everybody uncomfortably seeing me bust my ass, have to throw the bike. Like, I'm meant for walking. These legs are meant for walking, okay? These legs are not meant for bike riding, driving. Like, I am a walker and a public transportation girl. I've come to accept it. I've come to accept it. That's it. That's it.
As you should, because there's no reason you had to go through all that today. That's ridiculous.
That
That is
was 15
ridiculous.
minutes on a bike. 15 minutes on a motherfucking bike. Like, girl, I went down from the Charles. This is just from the Charles. Like, the ride was so beautiful. And I was like, oh, this is so
Yo, was
nice.
it?
I can do
Was
this.
it?
Let's
Yo.
not. No. I said I put
It's
on a
just
good
like
show
that.
though,
Those people
right?
would never see me again. No, those people would never see me again. I promise you. I would never enter that area ever again. No,
I'm not.
that's
I'm gonna be
crazy.
entering that area walking. I will not be on a blue bike ever again. Maybe I need like the lighter bikes. Like there's ones that I don't think are that heavy. The blue bikes are heavy. So
Yeah,
once you lean,
yeah, they
you're
are.
down. Yeah. So that's why that red car saved my
Yeah.
ass, and I was like, oh, I gotta get back up. Yo, I'm telling you, that red car must have like the biggest line. But I didn't
Oh,
stop. I had to keep going. I had
I
to keep
know
going. I'm
they're
sorry.
tight.
I'm sorry.
I know
I'm
they're
sorry.
tight.
I hope you got
I
insurance.
know you
That's all
ruined
I can
someone's
say.
day today. Oh my God. I know you ruined someone's day today. You did. You did.
I'm
That could
sorry.
have been their 13th.
Don't say that. It's so
You don't
If I
know,
had
though.
a
You don't
sticky note in
know.
my bag, I would have wrote, "I'm sorry. You saved me though. Thank you." This would have been my
Yo,
life.
that's fucking hilarious. Oh, that was funny. Okay, y'all. Okay, guys. We hope that you enjoyed this episode. We hope that you enjoyed us talking, gabbing. We hope that you join us for future episodes. Please follow our podcast, Parallel Lives Podcast. Make sure you follow Dej. Make sure you follow me on TikTok, on Instagram. Check out Deja's YouTube because she will be posting more yoga videos. We're going to affirm that. Ashe. And make sure you tune in for another episode. Share this with someone you think that would enjoy it. Make sure you let us know what you want to hear more of, questions, comments, concerns, etc. I'll make sure to post one of those at some point this week so you guys can feel more a part of the future conversations. You got anything you want to
I think that's everything. So yeah, give us a like, give us a follow. We will be here every week, and we look forward to it. So yes,
say? Yes! Bye!
man.